Dear friends, I am your friend RK. Today I am presenting before you one of the great tales of ancient India, the saga of the great King Maharaja Yayati. If I make any mistake while narrating this saga, please forgive me. Now listen ahead to the saga of Maharaja Yayati. Thank you.
India's ancient tales are not only a mirror of history but also a revelation of the depths of the human soul. In these tales, gods and demons, sages and kings, dharma and adharma, enjoyment and renunciation, all are intertwined with one another. And among these tales is the saga of the great emperor of the lunar dynasty, Maharaja Yayati. The very mention of Yayati's name brings forth the eternal conflict within man, on one side, the attraction of the senses, the desire for enjoyment, and on the other side, the call of dharma, restraint, and renunciation. That is why the story of Yayati is not just a part of ancient Indian history, but even today it is a mirror of every human being's life. Yayati was born in the lunar dynasty. His father was King Nahusha. Nahusha himself was once a great emperor. He was so radiant and mighty that when Lord Indra stepped down from the throne of the gods, the seat of heaven was given to Nahusha. For some time Nahusha ruled over the gods seated on Indra's throne. His radiance was such that even the gods bowed before him. But grandeur and luxury soon entrap a man in the net of delusion. The same happened with Nahusha. The beauty of the Apsaras of heaven, especially Indrani Shachi, disturbed his mind. The sages and gods opposed him, but Nahusha's arrogance grew. He even insulted Guru Brihaspati. At last, sage Agastya cursed him. O Nahusha! You have walked the path of adharma out of arrogance. Go, be fallen. From the curse, Nahusha fell from heaven and lay upon the earth in the form of a serpent. Nahusha's downfall was a great blow to his dynasty. But to carry forward the lineage, his son Yayati arose. From the beginning Yayati had an extraordinary balance within him. He was handsome, radiant, knowledgeable in the scriptures, and skilled in the art of war. Yayati's youth was especially attractive. His face shone like the moon. His speech was sweet, and his gaze was serious. In his court, he gave special respect to Brahmins and scholars. In sacrifices, charity, and religious duties, he was always at the forefront. But within him was another tendency, the desire for enjoyment. He was drawn to luxury, wealth, and beautiful women. This is why his life later became the symbol of the conflict between dharma and desire. From here, the story turns toward Devyani and Sharmishtha. Devyani was the daughter of sage Shukracharya. Shukracharya was the guru of the demons. His knowledge was so powerful that even the gods feared him. He was the master of the Sanjeevani Vidya, the knowledge of resurrection. Whenever the demons were defeated by the gods in battle, Shukracharya revived them through his austerity and mantras. For this reason, the gods had to face defeat from the demons again and again. Being the daughter of such a great sage, Devyani was proud. She was beautiful but arrogant and obstinate in nature. Sharmishtha was the daughter of the demon king Vrishparva. Beautiful, playful, and proud. From childhood, Devyani and Sharmishtha were friends. They played together, wandered together in the gardens. Once, both were playing water games in the garden with their companions. In play, a quarrel broke out. In anger, Sharmishtha pushed Devyani. Devyani fell into a deep well. By chance, at that very time, Maharaja Yayati passed by. He looked into the well and saw a beautiful maiden crying for help. Out of compassion, Yayati pulled her out. Devyani burned with humiliation from this insult. Weeping, she went to her father Shukracharya and told him what had happened. Shukracharya called Vrishparva and said, "If your daughter does not beg forgiveness from mine and become her maidservant, I will curse you." Vrishparva was helpless. He made his daughter Sharmishtha the maid of Devyani. Some time later, when Devyani became of marriageable age, she was married to Maharaja Yayati. Behind this marriage was not only love but also politics. Devyani was the daughter of the guru of the demons. By marrying her, Yayati strengthened the bond between the lunar dynasty and the guru of the demons. When Devyani came to the palace, Sharmishtha also came with her as a maid. Sharmishtha, Though a princess had become a maid, but her self-respect remained alive. Her beauty and intelligence were unique. Gradually, Yayati and Sharmishtha began to converse. Yayati was hesitant, but Sharmishtha said to him, "O king, a Kshatriya's duty is not only to rule the kingdom, but also to continue the lineage. I may have come as a maid, but I am also a woman. I too desire children. There is no adharma in this." Yayati was captivated by her reasoning and beauty. A relationship was established between them. From this union, Sharmishtha bore 3 sons. When Devyani learned of this, she burned with fury. She considered it a betrayal. Weeping, she went to her father and said, "Father, you sent me to the royal palace, but there my husband accepted my maid. This is an insult to me." Shukracharya's anger flared. He cursed Yayati. "O Yayati, you have insulted my daughter. Therefore, from this very moment, your youth shall end, and you shall immediately become an old man." At once, Yayati's body changed. His hair turned white, his body bent, his face wrinkled. The shine of his eyes faded. This transformation was unbearable for Yayati. Within him burned an intense longing for enjoyment. He said, "Gurudev, I have erred. Forgive me. I still wish to taste the essence of life. Please show me a way." Shukracharya said, "I cannot take back my curse. But I grant you this boon, you may give your old age to another and take his youth in return." Yayati called his sons. First, he said to his eldest son Yadu, "Son, give me your youth and take my old age." Yadu said, "Father, every person must experience the stages of life for himself. I cannot renounce my youth." Likewise, the other sons also refused. Finally, the youngest son Puru said, "Father, your command is supreme for me. I give you my youth and accept your old age." Yayati was pleased. He blessed Puru and, receiving his youth, became young again. With youth regained, Yayati indulged in pleasures for 5,000 years. In his palace there was splendor and luxury. Women, wine, festivals, everything in abundance. The people too were prosperous. But Yayati's mind was never satisfied with enjoyment. The more he indulged, the more his thirst grew. He said, "To quench the fire of desire with pleasures is like trying to extinguish fire with tea. The more you pour, the more the fire blazes." Seeing no end to enjoyment, a deep despair arose within Yayati. He called his son Puru and said, "Son, I misused your youth. Now I return it to you. Rule righteously. I shall go to the forest in old age and perform penance." Yayati returned Puru's youth, gave him the throne, and himself departed for the forest. On his way to the forest, he gave teachings to his sons and the people. And these teachings can be guiding lights for all of us. So pay close attention. First teaching. Desire is limitless. The more you feed it, the more it grows. Restraint alone is true happiness. Second teaching. Adherence to dharma and duty. A man must follow his dharma, whether king or subject. Third teaching. Renunciation is greater than enjoyment. Enjoyment binds man, renunciation liberates him. Fourth teaching. Wealth and luxury are transient. Eternal is only the soul. Conclusion. The story of Maharaja Yayati is not merely mythological history, but a glimpse of the inner struggle of every human. On one side, the craving for desire and pleasure, on the other, the call of dharma and restraint. Yayati experienced both, and at last concluded, "True happiness lies in renunciation and contentment, not in enjoyment." From his lineage later arose the Pandavas and Kauravas, who gave birth to the great epic of the Mahabharata. Friends, how did you find this story? Do tell. Thank you. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.